Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been forever since I sat down and did a YouTube video, but a little life update on what's been going on. As you can tell by the title of this video, I recently got engaged. Well, it hasn't been too recent. I've been engaged since Halloween, so a little over a month now. I graduated, I'm done with nursing school. I haven't had my ceremony yet, but I'm officially done with nursing school. I never did an official last nursing school update, but if you guys still want me to do that and talk about my capstone experience and all of the classes leading up to graduation, I can do that for you guys. Just comment that down below if you would like that. But moving on to the point of this video, let's talk about engagement. First, I'm just gonna quickly talk about the proposal. I got engaged on Halloween, and I think a lot of people are like, Halloween? And my fiance proposed on Halloween because he knew that I would not expect it on Halloween. So basically, up until the engagement, we had been talking about getting engaged, and we talked about it quite often, and I kind of knew the time frame of when he was going to propose. I knew that he was going to propose before he deployed. So before he deployed, he was home for a couple weeks, and so I knew probably within those couple weeks he was going to be proposing, but I didn't know which day or how or anything like that, but I did have like an idea. So I think that's why he did propose on Halloween, because I was not expecting it to be on Halloween at all. As far as like how he proposed, I basically got home and he told me that we were going to be going out to dinner, and so I know, kind of weird to think that we were going out to dinner on Halloween, but we didn't have any Halloween plans or anything. And it was to a restaurant that was down the street, and it was a little bit of a fancier restaurant, but not a restaurant that I would ever expect him to propose at. So he told me to get a little bit dressed up, and it might have crossed my mind for like 1 second that he was going to propose at the restaurant, but then I was like, no, there's no way, because I did previously tell him that I didn't want him to propose at a restaurant, so I was like, I was kind of confused. And then after I was done getting ready to go out to eat, he kind of led me to my backyard and had like this whole thing set up with like rose petals, and I'll insert pictures in this video so you guys can kind of see some pictures on how he proposed. But basically he had rose petals leading out to my backyard, and then he had this huge setup with like pictures of us and stuff like that and candles. So I'll post pictures. And then basically what he did is he ordered food from the restaurant and made us a dinner at home. So he had all of the food set up with like champagne and everything, and we had dinner afterwards at home. So that's how the proposal went. Now moving on to some questions. So I did ask on my Instagram for people to send me some questions, and I did get a few. So I have actually gotten a lot of wedding planning done within like the last month and a half. First question that a lot of people ask is when I'm getting married and have I picked a venue. So yes, we have a date picked. We are getting married. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like I've watched wedding planning videos before, and like no one ever says like the exact date that they're getting married, but I don't know why it would matter. I mean, I don't know, like I don't think it matters. I think it's fine if like you guys know when I'm getting married. But I'm getting married October 11th of 2020. I really wanted October 10th, but that was a Saturday, and it was a really popular date because it was 10/10/2020. So basically when I went wedding venue shopping, I went to my top 3 choices. I had been wedding venue looking for a year, or like even like years in advance. Like even when I wasn't even dating someone, I was looking at wedding venues because I'm just obsessed with weddings. So I had my top 3 in mind, and so I went and looked at, I think I went and looked at one each day. So the first one that I went to was what I thought was my #1 choice, and it ended up just being way over my budget, like 10 grand over my budget. So what I did was I looked up the average wedding cost in Arizona, which is where I live, of a wedding, and I kind of got that as my average. And then I knew that I wanted like a cheaper wedding than what the average is. Basically the first wedding venue that I went at was pretty on the high end of average, and so I kind of just like knocked that out, and I was like, no, I don't want to spend that much money for a wedding. So then I went to #2, which is the wedding venue that I ended up choosing, and I fell in love. So what I thought was my #1 choice was not my #1 choice, and I fell in love with the look of this venue 10 times more, and it was in my budget. So I knew the second that I walked on the venue site, I knew that that was the venue that I wanted, but I still had one more appointment at the third one, which I didn't end up choosing, and it was nowhere near as great as the second one that I went and looked at. And I'm gonna play a little snippet of the, like, because Alex and I vlogged at the wedding venue when we went and looked at it together, so I'm gonna show like little snippets. I'm not gonna say where I'm getting married because I don't know, for safety reasons, I don't want to say where. So I'm gonna just show those now.
Summer rain is passing over, and it feels like a dream. I could run and look for shelter, but you hold on to me. I'm under your skies. I'm caught in your eyes.
That's good practice.
Don't you know you stop the round? And all that I can see is you. I'm standing where the lightning strikes. I know this doesn't happen twice. You must be my once in a lifetime, in a lifetime. You must be.
So that's the venue that we are getting married at. So I got what is my guest list, or like around like how many people am I inviting, am I having a big or small wedding? And I think for me it's considered more of an average size wedding. It's not huge. We're having around 120 or 30 people. Like we're inviting 130 people and then probably expecting maybe like 100 to show up. It might be small to some people, but for me, like I feel like that's pretty like average. The next question that I got is, what is the theme of your wedding? I'm not going to say a ton of information about the theme of our wedding because I don't want to give it away for people that are coming to our wedding. But basically there's a lot of greenery, so I like eucalyptus, and the colors of our wedding is like a dusty rose, sage green, blush pink, and then some maroon here and there. So it's just going to be lots of greenery and then really light colors. And then I really like the rustic vibe, but not too rustic. So I really want to have like a lot of wooden signs incorporated. And I also want to do a video showing how to make your own wooden signs, because wooden signs can be expensive. I've been looking some up on Etsy and they're just way overpriced. So I did make my own wooden sign for like our save the date picture. And so I want to make a video showing you guys how you can make your own for way cheaper than what you can find on Etsy. The next question is, how many bridesmaids and how many groomsmen do you guys each have? So I have 5 and then he has 5 on his side. So I ended up choosing 2 maid of honors just because I couldn't just choose one. So I have 2 maid of honors and 3 bridesmaids, and then he does have 1 best man and then 4 groomsmen. So we both have 5 and 5. It's just that I have 2 maid of honors instead of 1 maid of honor. And the last question that I have is, have you guys thought about where you want to go on your honeymoon? And we haven't for sure picked where we want to go, but we definitely do want to go somewhere tropical. We're just looking up the best places to go in October and what places have the best weather in October, and also like what fits into our budget, and also if they have excursions that we're interested in. So we're still researching. We don't know. We have like a couple places in mind, but when we do know and when we booked a honeymoon, we'll let you guys know where we're going to be going. If you guys have any like honeymoon ideas, leave them down below because I would love to hear them. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions, I really want to start making wedding videos and making like a whole series here on my channel because I love talking about wedding stuff. So if you guys have any other questions, leave that down below. My next video is going to be showing how I asked my bridesmaids and how my fiance asked his groomsmen. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.